standard costing. Class today, we will discuss standard costing and variance analysis. So, maraming students na nahihirapan sa topic na to. I'll show you later na madali lang yan. Okay? So I want you to pay attention, listen very carefully sa lecture natin today. Okay? Are you ready? Sige, so let's start. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng word na standard? When you say standard, it means ideal, benchmark, measure of performance. So yun yung definition of the word standard. Again, when you say standard, it means ideal, benchmark, measure of performance. So iyan yung should be. Iyan yung gusto nating ma-achieve. Okay? Therefore, when you say standard cost or standard costing, it means this is the should be cost. Iyan yung ideal cost natin. Or, iyan yung best estimate of the management of what the cost should be. So basically, yan yung best estimate ni management kung how much ba dapat yung nagastos natin. Okay? That's what you call standard cost or standard costing. Standard costing has two uses. Number one is to evaluate or measure the performance of the managers. And number two is to simplify costing of inventories. Okay, mag-focus tayo dun sa evaluate performance para sa management services. Actually, yung second na yan, yung simplifies costing, more on cost accounting yan. Doon natin i-discuss yan. Though, discuss ko na rin briefly yung simplifies costing. Ang ibig sabihin lang nito, class, imagine, meron tayong timeline, January 1, December 31. In cost accounting, and under standard costing, lahat ng units na ipoproduce natin, lahat ng inventory na ipoproduce natin from January 1 to December 31, in the meantime, pwede nating i-measure at standard cost. Okay? Now, pagdating ng December 31, dyan mo malalaman kung how much ba yung actual cost na nagastos mo. Doon ka na mag-a-adjust pagdating ng December 31. Okay? Kaya tinawag na simplifies costing. Again, sa cost accounting natin i-expound yan. Mas mag-focus tayo dun sa evaluate performance. So, standard costing can be used as a performance evaluation tool sa mga managers. I'll give you an example. For example, class, nagmamanufacture ako ng calculators. Ayan, Mr. Accounting Calculators. And let's say, nag-manufacture ako this year, no? Nag-produce ako ng mga units, and ang nagastos ko sa materials, labor, and overhead is 500 pesos per unit. Okay? So, yun yung actual cost. 500 pesos per unit. Now, i-compare ko yan sa standard or standard cost. Ulitin ko, ano yung standard? It means, yan yung ideal, yan yung should be, yan yung best estimate. Yan dapat yung cost na nagastos ko. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng standard. Now, considering the whole calculator industry, yung mga ibang nagbebenta ng Calcu, ano ba yung mga sikat na calculator na Casio, okay? Ano pa? Canon, no? Yan, yung mga sikat na calculator companies, and many more. Now, considering the whole industry, considering the best practices, na efficient yung operations, tama yung quality, let's say yung standard cost is only 400 pesos per unit. So, yung nagastos ko is 500, yung standard is 400, mas malaki yung nagastos ko. Ang tawag dyan, unfavorable. Okay? Kasi mas malaki nagastos ko dun sa dapat. Kasi alam natin, in accounting, pag mas mataas cost mo, mas mababa net income mo. Kaya unfavorable yan. Now, let's say naman, class, yung standard cost is 600. Ang nagastos ko lang is 500. Therefore, mas nakamura ko. Ang tawag doon, favorable naman yan. Okay? And ang tawag, class, sa comparison between actual and standard is variance analysis. Okay? And variance analysis applies to direct materials, direct labor, and overhead. Okay, now, tuturuan ko kayo ng technique kung paano madali magsagot ng variance analysis. Okay? Listen very carefully. Doon muna tayo sa materials, no? For materials, ang unang step na gagawin mo, isusulat mo muna yung formulas. Okay? Ito yung formula. Actual price times actual quantity, standard price times actual quantity, standard price times standard quantity. So, mamaya, i-apply natin sa handouts natin yan. In the meantime, sulat mo muna. Sir, paano na maaalala yan? Ganito yan, class. Kung papansin mo yung first row, parehong actual. Actual, actual. Tama? Yung last row naman, standard. Standard, standard. E di ba ganun yung comparison natin? Actual versus standard. So ulitin ko, yung first row laging actual yan. Yung last laging standard. Yung gitna, overlap lang nila. Okay? So pinagsama mo lang. Ito, same. Ito naman, same. Okay? So ang difference between the first row and the second row, ang tawag natin dyan, class, materials, price, variance. Ang difference ng second and third row is materials, usage variance. O ang ibang tawag sa materials usage variance is materials quantity variance. Magkamukha lang yan. Okay? So ayan, yan for materials. Next, doon naman tayo sa labor. Ganito rin. Parang materials lang yan. Actual rate times actual hours. Standard rate times actual hours. Standard rate times standard hours. Yung first row, puro actual. Yung third row, puro standard. Yung gitna, overlap lang nila yan. Tama? The difference between the first row and the second row is called labor rate variance. The difference between the second and the third row is called labor efficiency variance. Ayan. So, yun yung gagawin mo. So, isulat mo muna yung formula and i-plug in mo naman yung given sa problem. Yun ang gagawin mo. So, pakita natin yan. So, punta tayo dun sa handout sa ating class. Let's go to problem solving. So, later na natin discuss yung overhead. No? Doon muna tayo sa materials and labor. Okay, so let's go to problem number 1. Mamaya na yung theory questions. Problem number 1. Ernest Corporation. Nakita niyan? So, Ernest Corporation is developing standards for its products. One product requires an input that is purchased for 82 per kilogram. Tingnan natin class yung question. The standard price per kilogram of this output should be. Okay, ano daw yung standard price? Ano ba ulit class ibig sabihin ng standard? Should be. Okay? So, sagutin natin yung number 1. One product requires an input that is purchased for 82 per kilogram. Yun yung purchase price. Purchase price is 82. By paying cash, the company gets a discount of 2%. Siyempre, consider natin yung discount. Ano yung 2% of 82? 82 times 0.02, you get 1.64. Discount yan, so minus. Next, shipping costs from the supplier's warehouse amount to 6.55 per kilogram. Lagyan natin shipping. Siyempre, additional cost sa atin yan. That is 6.55. And receiving costs are 0.47. Additional cost din sa atin yan. So, receiving is 0.47. Tignan natin class kung how much yung standard price natin. 82 minus 1.64 plus 6.55 plus 0.47. Answer natin ng class is 87.38. O yan. Ganun lang kasimple yung computation. Okay? Sa problem number 1. Answer is boy, 87.38. Pero I think mas important yung interpretation. Paano mo interpret yan? Pagbibili daw tayo per unit, ang dapat gastusin natin is 87.38. What if class ang mangyari, ang ginastos natin is 90 pesos per unit? Unfavorable yun. Lugi tayo kasi mas napaggastos ka. Tama? Pag naman ang nagastos natin, let's say 80 pesos per unit lang, favorable naman yun kasi nakamura tayo. Gets? Pero ang benchmark natin, ang ideal is 87.38. Alright? Sige. Isa pa, number 2. Ang question muna, the standard rate per direct labor hour. How much daw yung kailangan natin bayaran per hour? Michaela Corporation is developing direct labor standards. The basic direct labor wage rate is 14. So, lagyan natin, direct labor wage rate, 14. Employment taxes are 11%. Siyempre, yung tax, babayaran din natin yan. 14 times 11%, you get 1.54. So, additional payment yan. Fringe benefits are 3.24. So, additional benefits sa employees, 3.24. And then, the standard rate per direct labor hour should be 14 plus 1.54 plus 3.24. Answer natin class is 18.78. That is letter D or dog. Dali lang. Inad lang natin yung tatlo. Ano yung interpretation niyan? Ito yung benchmark natin. For example, ang binayad natin sa employee, 20 pesos per hour. Lugi tayo. Unfavorable yun kasi dapat 18 lang. Let's say, ang binayad natin sa employee is 15 pesos per hour. Favorable yun kasi nakamura tayo. Okay? So, ayan. Problems 1 and 2, warm up lang yan. Madali lang yan. And, ayan. Variance analysis talaga mag-start sa problem number 3. But before we answer problem number 3, baguhin na muna natin ng konti yung given. Take note, ito yung mga changes sa problem number 3. Yung 9,000 feet, okay, makikita mo yun sa row number 4, yung 9,000 feet. Gawin mo siyang 8,700 feet. Okay, later ko na-explain kung bakit, no? Basta for now, yung 9,000 feet, ibahin mo, gawin mo 8,700 feet. And then, yung question 1, na nakalagay, i-remove mo yung, so remove calculated at point of purchase. Ayan. I-remove mo muna yan sa problem number 3. Again, later ko na lang i-explain kung bakit. Ito yun, yung 9,000 feet, gawin mo 8,700. Sa question number 1, i-remove mo yung calculated at the point of purchase. Alright? So, sige. Doon tayo sa, we can look at the questions. Ano yung question number 1? What is the materials price variance? What is the materials quantity variance or materials usage variance? What is the labor rate variance and labor efficiency variance? Okay? So, ang unang gagawin, doon tayo sa materials. Okay, unang gagawin, isusulat ko yung formula. Dapat, memorize mo yung formula na yan. And class, before we answer this, ganito gagawin mo in the board exam, no? Pag binigay sa yung questionnaire sa MS, in the board exam, sa first page ng questionnaire, kasi pwede sulatin yung questionnaire, sa first page, dalawa ang isusulat mo agad. Okay, number 1, yung formula sa variance. DMDLOH. Sulat mo na agad sa first page yun. Okay? Ang second na susulat mo, naalala mo yung discussion natin sa cost concepts, yung least squares method, yung regression, isulat mo din yun. So, yung dalawa na yun, isusulat mo sa first page ng questionnaire. Para, pag may na-encounter ka na ganung question sa succeeding pages, babalikan mo na lang yung page 1, okay? Para sa mga formulas. Para hindi ka na mag-panic. Okay? So, game. Gawin natin yung number 3. Ang unang gagawin, susulat mo na yung formula. Sa materials, since memorize ko na yung formula, madali lang sa akin yan. So, actual price times actual quantity, standard price times actual quantity, standard price times standard quantity. Okay? Ang next step, Pa-plug in lang natin yung amounts dyan based sa given. How much yung actual price? Okay, so kung makikita mo dyan class, yung actual price, nakita mo yung pangilang item yan, nandun sa fourth item. Okay, fourth item, nakita mo yung 4.5 per foot, yung actual, yun yung actual price mo. 4.5 times. How much yung actual quantity? Yung nagamit talaga natin, 8,700. 4.5 times 8,700. Dito naman tayo. Ano yung standard price? Now, standard price, dun sa first item, nakita mo yung 4.2? Okay, so 4.2 times actual quantity, same na naman, so 8.7 ang gagamitin natin. Okay? Next, yung third row, standard price. Alam na natin yung standard price, 4.2 times. Okay, now, ingat ka dito, marami nagkakamali dito. Okay? Sa standard quantity. Ibabox ko para di mo makalimutan ha. Pag sinabing standard quantity, this is based on actual output. Ayan, i-underline ko pa. Okay? Para di mo makalimutan, para di ka magkamali. Pag sinabing standard quantity, it is based on actual output. How much ba yung actual output natin dito? Doon ka sa third na given. Nakita mo yung production, 2,750 units. Yun yung output mo. Okay? So, 2,750 times, ilan ba dapat yung materials per unit? Okay? So, tingin ka dun sa first line item, nakita mo yung 3 feet per unit. Okay? So, 2,750 yung actual output times 3. So, 2,750 times 3, yan yung standard quantity mo, 8,250. Okay? Huwag makakalimutan yan ha. Standard quantity is based on actual output. Ito yung solution natin. Pag nakuha mo na yan, well, pwede natin isolve yan. Dumaan tayo sa first row, 4.5 times 8,700, you get 39,150. Next, 4.2 times 8.7, you get 36,540. And then last one naman class, 4.2 times 8,250, you get 34,650. 34,650. Okay. Now, ano ba yung unang question? Materials price variance. Tama ba kasi yun? Compute natin yung difference. 39,150 minus 36,540. Answer mo dyan is 2,610. Okay. Now, ang next na tanong ko sa inyo, ano yan? Favorable or unfavorable? Ang sagot dyan, unfavorable. Bakit, sir? Bakit naging unfavorable yan? Kasi ito yung actual cost mo, 39,150. Tama? Ito yung dapat. Alright? So, 39,000, yung nagastos mo, mas malaki kaysa sa dapat. Therefore, unfavorable yan. Okay? So, ang sagot natin, class, sa question number 1, what is the materials price variance? Dog, 2,610, unfavorable. Next, 36,540 minus 34,650, you get 1,890. Okay? 1,890, ano yan? Favorable or unfavorable? 36,540, ang dapat, 34,650, mas malaki na gastos mo, therefore, unfavorable. Ganun lang siya, tama? Pag mas malaki na gastos mo, unfavorable. Ganun kasimple. Pero parang mas madali mo maintindihan. Pag mas malaki yung taas, unfavorable yan. Diba? 39,000, mas malaki sa 36, unfavorable. 36, mas malaki sa 34, unfavorable. Para lang maalala mo. That's why answer sa number 2, what is the materials quantity variance? Dog yung sagot mo dyan, 1,890, unfavorable. By the way, class, yung materials price variance, ang kino-compare mo dyan, ito. Yung price, actual versus standard. Kasi same to tama? So, pag sinabi mo materials price variance, basically, ang kino-compare mo, yung amount na binayad mo versus yung amount na dapat binayad mo. So, actual versus should be na binayad mo. Yung materials usage naman, as you notice, ito naman yung magkaiba. So, ang kino-compare mo naman dyan, yung materials na ginamit mo versus yung materials na dapat ginamit mo. So, actual versus should be. Okay? Para interpretation lang. But anyway, ang sagot natin dyan, class, sa question 1 is dog, question 2 is also dog. Okay? Sige nga, class, gawin natin yung labor, pero mas mabilis, ha? Mas mabilis. Unang gagawin mo, sulat mo yung formula. Since kabisado ko na yung formula, madali na sa kanya. So, dapat, ganun ka rin, ha? So, actual rate times actual hours. Standard rate times actual hours. Standard rate times standard hours. Ganun ka simple. Plug in natin yung amounts. How much yung actual rate? Tingin ka dun sa last item. Nakita mo yung 7.9 per hour. Okay, so 7.9 times ano yung actual hours? Nagamit natin, 7,000 direct labor hours. Doon naman tayo sa second row. Ano yung standard rate? Tingin ka dun sa second item. 7.5 per hour yung standard sa labor. 7.5, yung actual hours, copy ko lang, 7,000. And then yung third row, standard rate, so copy ko lang yung 7.5. How much yung standard hours? Oh, explain ko na yan kanina. Sabi ko, pag standard quantity based on actual output, ganoon din dito. Okay? So, paano natin kukumpitin yan? How much yung actual output natin? 2,750 units. Ilang hours ba dapat per unit? Tingin ka dun sa second item. 2.5 hours per unit yung standard natin. So, 2,750 times 2.5, how much yung class? 2,750 times 2.5, you get 6,875 times 6,875. Ayan, ganda ka simple. After that, pwede natin i-compute. Okay, so 7.9 times 7,000, you should get 55,300. Next, 7.5 times 7,000, 52,500. And 7.5 times 6,875, you get 51,562.5. Okay. Sige, so pwede natin sagutan class yung question number 3. What is the labor rate variance? Ito siya, hindi pa rin sila. 55,300 minus 52,500, you get 2,800. O sige nga, 2,800. Favorable or unfavorable? Unfavorable. Okay, bakit? Kasi 55,000 na gastos mo, binayad mo sa mga laborers, dapat 52,500 lang. O, kaya naman, pwede mo isipin, pag mas mataas yung taas, unfavorable. Mas mataas yung 55 sa 52, that's why it's unfavorable. Next, so answer natin class question number 3 is C, 2,800, unfavorable. Dito naman tayo. Question number 4, labor efficiency variance, 52,500 minus 51,562.5, you get 937.5. Mas mataas yung 52.5 than 51, therefore this is unfavorable. Answer natin class, question number 4, labor efficiency is, boy, 938, unfavorable. Okay, now, interpret natin, class ha. Pag sinabi mong labor rate variance, kung titignan mo yung formula natin, ang kino-compare natin yung actual rate and standard rate. Kasi same naman to eh. Diba? So, ito yung comparison mo talaga. So, basically, ang kino-compare natin, how much ba yung nabayad mo sa employees, sa factory laborers mo, versus how much ba yung dapat mong binayad sa kanila. So, actual versus should be. Ito namang labor efficiency, kaya tinawag na efficiency. As you notice, ang kino-compare mo naman dito, yung actual hours and standard hours. Kasi same to, tama? So, ilang hours yung actual na nagamit sa production versus yung should be kung ilan dapat yung hours ang nagamit mo. Okay? Yun yung labor efficiency variance. Alright. So, ganun nakadala yung materials and labor. Punta tayo dun sa number 4. Okay? Dun tayo sa number 4. Ganun pa rin. About materials and labor naman to. But this time, sige, huwag ko muna erase to. No? Dito muna ako. Dito ka na siya isusolve. So, yan. So, tingnan mo na yung question. Sabi dyan, labor rate variance yung question 1. Question 2, labor efficiency. Question 3, materials price variance. Pero tingnan mo, nakalagay sa parenthesis, based on quantity purchased. Okay? And then, ayan. So, what is the materials quantity variance? Sige. So, nakita mo na. Unang step, again, ang gagawin natin is, sulat natin yung formula. Tama? Doon muna tayo sa materials. Actual price times actual quantity. Standard price times actual quantity. Standard price times standard quantity. Okay, now, take note, ang sabi dyan, sa question number 3, based on quantity purchased. So, tingnan natin, how much ba yan? Okay, doon muna tayo sa actual price. Tingin ka dun sa third item. Nakita mo yung 4.25? Nakita mo yan? So, 4.25 times, ano yung actual quantity natin? Based on purchased, ha? Kasi, dito class, ang bibili natin, 12,300. Ang nagamit, 11,750. Okay, so, kung babalikan mo yung problem number 3, ang ginawa ko dun, same yung binili at nagamit, yung 8,700 feet na naalala mo. Pero sa problem number 4, iba yung purchased at iba yung nagamit, yung used. Okay? So dito ang gagamitin mo, yung purchased, 12,300. Okay? Next, ano yung standard price? Tingin ka dun sa first item, 4.5. And syempre, yung actual quantity mo, same lang. Okay? 12,300. Sige nga, compute natin class. 4.25 times 12,300. You get 52,275. Okay? Next, 4.5 times 12,300. You get 55,350. Okay, tingnan natin class, yung difference nila, 52,275 minus 55,350. You should get 3075. Nakuha mo yan? 3075. Ano to class? Favorable or unfavorable? Well, mas maliit yung nagastos mo kasi sa should be, therefore this is favorable. So answer natin class for question number 3. Dog, 3,075 favorable. Okay, balik tayo dito. Sa materials price variance, dalawa yung class, no? Pwedeng point of purchase or point of production. Dalawa yan. Yung kanina, yung problem number 3, ang tawag natin doon, point of production. Okay? Kasi magkamukha yung purchased and yung nagamit, yung used. Dito sa problem number 4, iyan yung example na point of purchase. Okay? Ang binili natin 12,300, ang nagamit lang natin 11,750. Pag point of purchase, based on kung how much yung binili mo. Okay? Ngayon, if the problem is silent, dito kasi clear, nakalagay based on quantity purchase. If the problem is silent, anong assumption mo? Purchased or production? Tandaan mo to ha, maraming nagkakamali dito. Pag silent, point of purchase. Sir, paano namin maalala yan? Kasi class, pag sinabi mong materials price variance, ang tinitignan mo kung how much ba yung nagastos mo. Tama? Nung binili mo siya. Eh ano ba yung basis ng price? Siyempre nung bumili ka, hindi naman nung ginamit mo na. Okay? Kaya if silent, ang gagamitin mo, purchase. Now, punta tayo dun sa materials quantity variance or yung materials usage variance. Yan, pag materials usage variance, tandaan mo class, always point of production yan. Always, 100%. Okay? Kaya ang gagawin mo, di ba, ito yung materials usage variance, tama? I-copy natin dito, ha? I-copy natin dito. So, standard price times actual quantity. Standard price times standard quantity. Now, pag ganyang class, yung standard price natin, 4.5. Ito lang yan, tama? Walang problema. Ngayon, yung quantity na gagamitin mo dito, hindi dapat 12.3. Kasi sabi ko, lagi siyang point of production. How much yung nagamit natin? 11,750 times 11,750. Okay? So, dito naman, so, hindi natin, 4.5 times 11,750, you get 52,875. Computin natin class, how much yung standard quantity natin? Well, sabi ko dyan, based on actual output. Ano yung actual output natin? Nandun sa first sentence. Nakita mo ba class yung nakalagay? Pristine companies, the following information were 3,500 units were produced. Yun yung output. So, 3,500, ilan ba dapat per unit? So, kung titingnan mo yung first item, 3.5 pounds per unit dapat times 3.5. Therefore, yung standard quantity mo, 3,500 times 3.5, 12,250. Okay? So, 4.5 times 12,250, you get 55,125. 55,125. Yun. So, compute natin. 52,875 minus 55,125, you get 2,250. Ano to class? Favorable or unfavorable? 52 lang nagastos ko, 55 dapat, therefore, nakatipid ako. Favorable. Kaya sagot natin sa question number 4 is letter A, 2,250, favorable. Ulitin ko lang, ha? Para clear. Pag silent yung problem at ang tanong is materials price variance, ang gagamitin mo, kung ilan yung na-purchase mo. Kasi syempre, yung bumili ka, yun yung basis ng price. Okay? Ngayon, sa problem number 3, hindi natin siya naging issue kasi pinabago ko yung given. Wherein, yung pinili mo, yun din yung used. Okay? Walang issue. Sa problem number 4, may issue kasi magkaiba sila. Yung materials usage variance, kaya sinabing used, yun yung ginamit mo sa production. Wag na wag mo gagamitin yung purchase. Yan ha, wag yung 12.3. Ang gagamitin mo, yung used lagi, always. So, ayan, kaya ginamit natin dyan, 11,750. Gets? Okay. Now, dun tayo sa question number 5. Mamaya na yung question 1 and 2 kasi labor yun. Question number 5. Assume that the company computes the materials price variance on the basis of materials issued to production. What is the total material variance? So what if daw, yung materials price variance natin is based on production? So paano gagawin natin yung class? Well, ganito gagawin ko dyan. So erase ko lang ha. Ito, erase ko na to. So based on ano daw eh? Kasi ito based on binili mo. Sabi, what if daw based on production? So ganito lang gagawin ko dyan. Actual price times actual quantity. Yung actual price ko is 4.25. Yung quantity na gagamitin ko, instead na 12.3, 11,750. Alright? So 4.25 times 11,750, you get 49,937.5. Ang tanong class dyan is total materials variance. So pag sinabing total, ito yun. So actual versus standard. So yung first row, i-compare mo sa third row. Okay? So compare natin yan. 49,937.5 versus 55,125. Tingnan natin class ha. So 49,937.5 minus 55,125. Ang sagot mo dyan is 5187.5. Ano yan? Favorable or unfavorable? 49 mas maliit kaysa sa 55. Therefore, this is favorable. Answer natin, letter C. Okay? Next, yung labor naman tayo. Actually, sa labor, walang ganitong issue eh. Okay? Kasi wala naman tayong concept na purchase sa labor. Tama? So, lahat yan incurred. So, walang ganyan. Mas madali yung labor, no? Doon tayo sa labor. So, gagawin ko dyan ka sa labor. Sulat ko muna yung formula. So, ganyan natin para di nakakalito. Actual rate times actual hours. Standard rate times actual hours. Standard rate times standard hours. Okay. So, plug in lang natin yung amounts. Ano yung actual rate natin dito? Tingin ka dun sa last item. Nakita mo yung 10.2 per hour. Okay. So, 10.2. Ilang hours yung actual natin? Actual is 17,300. Okay. Next, standard rate natin class, tingin ka dun sa second item, 10.25 times actual hours, 17,300. Okay, and then last item, 10.25. Ano yung standard hours? Based on actual output. Ano yung actual output mo? Based on the first sentence, 3,500. Ilan bang hours dapat per unit? Tingin ka dun sa second item, 5 hours per unit. Therefore, yung standard hours mo, 3,500 times 5, 17,500. Okay, so pwede natin solve. 10.2 times 17.3, 10.2 times 17.3, you get 176,460. Okay, 10.25 times 17,300, 177,325. Next, 10.25 times 17.5, you get 179,375. Okay, so compute natin yan. Doon muna tayo sa 176,460 minus 177,325, you get 865. Okay? 865. Is this favorable or unfavorable? Mas mababa, therefore, favorable yan. 177,325 minus 179,375, you get 20,075. So, mas mababa, therefore, this is favorable. Okay. Sagot natin sa number 1, what is the labor rate variance? 865 favorable, boy. Question number 2, what is the labor efficiency variance? Letter A, 20,050, favorable. Okay. Ngayon, may encounter ganun na ibang questions na given yung variance. For example, okay, binigay yung labor rate variance. Tatanungin sa'yo kung how much daw yung, for example, how much daw yung standard rate, parang ganun. So, basta alam mo yung formula, okay, pwede ka mag-work back dyan. Okay? So, mag-work back ka lang. As long as alam mo to, kayang-kaya mo na sagutan yung mga materials and labor variances. Alright, so let's have a short break before we go to overhead variances. Class, we're done with direct materials and direct labor. Let's now go to overhead. For overhead, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4-way overhead variance analysis. Para mas madali, yung 4-way na lang yung kailangan nating alamin. From 4-way, madali nating may extract yung 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Now, class, ito yung guide natin for overhead para mas madali mo maalala yung formulas. You have actual, BAA, BASH, and standard. Ito yung acronym or yung guide natin. Explain ko later ha kung ano ibig sabihin yan. Actual, BAA, BASH, standard. And then maglagay ka ng variable dito. Dito naman yung fixed. Okay? So segregate natin yung variable overhead and fixed overhead. Okay? Now, as you notice, dun sa first row natin, actual. Sa last row, standard. Actually, consistent yan class dito sa materials and labor. Actual, standard. Actual, and standard. Okay? So, una mong gagawin, sa formulas natin, dun muna tayo sa actual. Sa variable muna, actual variable rate times actual hours plus actual fixed rate times actual hours. Yan yung step 1 natin, lahat actual. Step 2, sa standard naman. Standard variable rate times standard hours plus standard fixed rate times standard hours. Okay? So, lahat actual, lahat standard. Step 1, step 2. Ang step 3 natin class, maglalagay ka dito ng budgeted fixed cost. Dalawa. Okay, so plus budgeted fixed cost, plus budgeted fixed cost. Ito na lang yung kailangan natin malaman. Alright, sir, paano namin matatandaan yan? Tandaan mo class, sabi ko dito, actual, BAA, BASH, standard. Yung BAA na yan, actual hours ibig sabihin yan. Si BASH naman, standard hours yan. Okay, so ang gagawin ko dyan, actual hours, lagay ko actual hours. Standard hours, lagay ko dito, standard hours. So dito, last step natin is, lagay mo lang standard variable rate. Okay yan. Hindi nalagay natin lahat ng formulas. Alright, so ulitin ko step by step ha. Step 1, actual muna. Step 2, standard. Step 3, naglagay ako ng budgeted fixed cost. Step 4, kinapi ko, actual hours, standard hours, standard hours. Step 5, naglagay ako ng SVR. Okay? O sir, ano ibig sabihin ng formulas na yan? Now class, yung first and second row, ang tawag dyan, spending variance. Okay? Second and third row, ang tawag dyan, efficiency variance. Third and fourth row, ang tawag dyan, volume variance. 1, 2, 3. Three-way overhead variance analysis. Okay? Now, doon tayo sa 4-way. Sir, paano mo gagawin 4-way yan? Yung spending, pwede natin i-divide into variable and fixed. Okay? So, yung difference ng dalawa na yan, ang tawag natin dyan, variable spending variance. Yung difference ito, ang tawag natin dyan, fixed spending variance. Variable spending, fixed spending, efficiency, volume, 4-way overhead variance analysis. Okay? Doon tayo sa 2-way. Sa 2-way naman class, first and third yung i-compare mo. First and third, ang tawag dyan, controllable variance. Okay? Controllable variance. Yung third and fourth naman class, ang tawag dyan, uncontrollable variance. Okay? Controllable, uncontrollable, two-way overhead variance analysis. So, ano yung one-way? Yung one-way, kukompare mo lang yung first and yung last row. Okay? This is total overhead variance analysis. Okay? So, ayan. Yan yung kailangan matandaan for overhead. Now, before we answer the handouts, gusto ko lang kasi highlight, no, na different ang budget and standard. Kasi dito sa formula natin, as you notice here, meron tayong budgeted fixed cost. Tapos meron din tayong standard fixed cost. Okay? Magkaiba yung ibig sabihin ng budget and standard. So ano yung difference sila? Yung budget class, internal yan. Okay? Internal. While yung standard, external. Di ba? Kanina, in-explain ko yung standard. Ibig sabihin, i-compare mo yung industry, okay? Yung benchmark, yung ideal. So outside the company yan. While yung budget naman, internal. Okay? Depende sa circumstances ng company. Okay? So internal yan ng company. Also, ang difference pa nila, for budget, usually expressed yan in total. Standard is usually expressed in per unit. Okay? So, in short, magkaiba ang ibig sabihin ng budget and standard. Sige, so apply natin yung class dun sa handouts natin. Problem number 5. Sa problem number 5, as you notice, ang daming tanong. 10 questions. Tapos, sinabi, using one variance approach, using two variants. So, ang daming, basically, ang daming sinasabi sa questions. Pero, kayang sagutan natin yan ng formulas natin. Ito lang, kailangan mong tandaan. Sige. Basahin mo natin class. Ezekiel Company uses a standard cost system for its production process and applies overhead based on direct labor hours. The following information is available for August when the company made 4,500 units. Yung 4,500 units, iyan yung actual output. Okay? So actual output yan. And then bigyan tayo ng standard. So first part, sa baba naman, binigyan tayo ng actual. Alright? Now, ano una mong gagawin kapag overhead? Sulat mo na yung formula. Okay? So ano gagawin mo sir dyan? Ganito gagawin ko dyan class. Actual, bash, and standard. Ito yung magiging guide ko. Okay? Para madali ko siyang matandaan. Lagay ko yung variable, lagay ko yung fixed. Okay? Step 1. Lahat muna ng actual. Actual variable rate times actual hours plus actual fixed rate times actual hours. Okay? Step 2. Lahat naman ng standard. Standard variable rate times standard hours plus standard fixed rate times standard hours. Step 3. Budgeted fixed cost plus budgeted fixed cost plus budgeted fixed cost. Malapit na. Ito na lang. Step 4. Copy ko lang to. AH times AH. SH times SH. Last step, lagay ko lang SVR. Ayan. Okay. Yan yung overhead natin. Okay, sige class. So, next natin, syempre, pa-plug in natin yung amounts. Tingnan natin. Dito muna tayo sa first row, which is yung actual. Sige, so basahin ulit natin class yung given. Meron tayong standard, direct labor hours per unit. Variable overhead per direct labor hour, fixed overhead per direct labor hour, budgeted variable, budgeted fixed. Yung actual natin, direct labor hours, meron tayong actual variable overhead and fixed overhead. Now, given na sa problem, yung actual variable and actual fixed. Nasa last part, nakita mo yung 26,250 and then yung 38,000. Yun. Yung 26,250, basically, yan yung actual overhead natin. So, lagay mo lang siya dito, 26,250. Yung actual fixed overhead naman natin, 38,000. So, given na sa problem. Okay, so 26,250 plus 38,000, you should get 64,250. Okay, 64,250. So, dahil na tayo sa first row. Doon mo tayo sa second row. Standard variable rate times actual hours. Nasaan yung standard variable rate? Nakita mo ba dyan class yung pangalawang given, yung 1.75? O, yun yung standard variable rate. 1.75 times how much yung actual hours? 10,000. Nakita mo yung 10,000? Okay, times 10,000. And then, sa formula natin, budgeted fixed cost. Nakita mo ba dyan class yung 38,750? Yun yung budgeted fixed cost natin. 38,750. Okay, so let's compute. 1.75 times 10,000 plus 38,750, you should get 56,250. Okay, 56,250. Next natin is yung third row. Okay, standard variable rate. Alam natin yan, 1.75 times standard hours. Lagi ko ina-highlight na yung standard hours based on actual output. Okay, dito natin computean yung standard hours. How much yung actual output natin? Dun sa second sentence, yung 4,500 units. Okay? So, para ma-compute natin yung standard hours, 4, 5 units, ilan bang hours per unit? Dun sa first na given, 2.5 yung nakalagay. Okay? 2.5. Therefore, yung standard hours natin, 4,500 times 2.5, you should get 11,250. Okay? 11,250. And then, budgeted fixed cost, same lang naman sila. Dun sa second row, 38,750. Compute natin class, 1.75 times 11,250 plus 38,750, you should get 58,437.5. Okay? 58,437.5. Okay, last row. Same lang naman to. So, pwede natin i-copy. 1.75 times 11,250. Plus, ano yung standard fixed rate? Nandun sa third item. Nakita mo yung 3.1? Okay? Plus 3.1. Ano ulit class yung standard hours natin? Well, na-compute natin yan. 11,250 times 11,250. Sige, so, compute natin class. 1.75 times 11,250 plus natin yung 3.1 times 11,250, you should get sa last row 54,562.5. Okay, 54,562.5. Okay, from there, kaya natin sagutan. Compare muna natin yung first and second, 64,250. Okay, 64,250 minus 56,250, you should get 8,000. Okay, 8,000, mas mataas yung 64,000 kaysa sa 56, this is unfavorable. Okay, 56,250 minus 58,437.5, you should get 2,187.5. Ano to class? Favorable, unfavorable? Mas mababa yung 56, this is favorable. 58,437.5 minus 54,562.5, you should get 3,875. This time, this is mas mataas yung 58, unfavorable. Now, yun na-compute natin, tatlo na yan. Ang tawag dyan? Spending, efficiency, and volume. Okay? Sabi ko kanina, yung spending, pwede mo i-divide into variable and fixed. So, ibig sabihin class, ito yung variable. Sige nga, compute natin yung variable spending. So, 1.75 times 10,000 is 17,500. Ito, 17,500 yan. So, 26,250 minus 17,500, you should get 8,750. Mas mataas yung 26,250, so this is unfavorable. Tawag natin dyan, variable spending variance. Doon naman tayo sa fixed spending. 38,000 minus 38,750, this is 750. favorable. Ang tawag natin dyan, that is your fixed spending variance. Okay, ito na lang. Doon naman tayo sa controllable and uncontrollable. Controllable, yung first and third row. So, 64,250 minus 58,437.5. 64,250 minus 58,437.5. You get 5812.5. Okay, so this is 5812.5. Ang tawag natin dyan, that is controllable. 64,000 mas malaki sa 58, this is unfavorable. Yung uncontrollable naman, class, so tingin ka dito. Yung uncontrollable, actually, same lang siya sa volume variance, yung formula. Di ba yung volume, third and fourth? Yung uncontrollable, third and fourth. Explain ko lang kung bakit ganyan. As you notice sa formula class, ang kinu-compare natin is the fixed cost. Budgeted fixed cost and standard fixed cost. Okay? Now, kaya siya tinawag na uncontrollable. Alam naman natin na yung fixed cost, kahit anong mangyari, babayaran mo yan. For example, renta. Nagbabayad tayo ng 100,000 per month. Kahit anong mangyari, 100,000, kailangan mo bayaran per month yan. Kaya uncontrollable ang tawag dyan. Okay? Sir, bakit naman tinawag na volume? Kasi class, yung fixed cost, alam natin na mas marami ka na po-produce, mas nasusulit mo yung fixed cost mo. Okay? Kaya siya, or mas marami, mas volume yung napoproduce mo. Okay? Mas marami, mas nasusulit mo yung binayad mo na fixed cost. Kaya nga yung fixed cost per unit bumababa, di ba? Pag mas marami ka napoproduce. Alright? In short, volume variance and uncontrollable, ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan, yung fixed overhead natin, pareho lang sila. Okay? That's why, yung uncontrollable variance mo dyan is also 3875 unfavorable. Okay, so last one is the total overhead variance. Compare lang natin yung 64,250 and 64,250 minus 54,562.5. You get 9687.5. Mas mataas yung 64, therefore this is unfavorable. Okay, so kaya natin sagutan yan. Question number 1, what is the total overhead variance? 9687.5, unfavorable. Answer natin letter C. Question number 2, controllable variance. 5812.5, unfavorable, letter A. Okay. Question number 3, non-controllable variance or uncontrollable variance. 3875, unfavorable, letter B or boy. Number 4, what is the spending variance? Ito siya. 8,000, unfavorable, letter C. Efficiency variance, 2187.5, favorable, letter boy. Number 6, what is the volume variance? Yun din yung uncontrollable variance natin. 3875, U, letter C. Okay. Number 7, what is the variable overhead spending? 8750, unfavorable, letter C. Okay? Next, variable overhead efficiency variance. Actually, class, yung efficiency variance natin, kung papansin mo to, ito yung efficiency, di ba? Yung second and third. Okay? Ang difference niyan, yung variable na portion. Tingnan mo, same yung fixed nila. Parehong budgeted fixed cost. Therefore, wala tayong concept ng fixed efficiency variance. Walang ganun. Okay? Kasi lagi siya equal eh. Walang fixed efficiency variance. Kasi nga, hindi mo naman makakontrol yung fixed cost eh. Kaya pag sinabing variable efficiency, ibig sabihin lang din nun, efficiency variance. Okay? That's why for this one, yung question 8, ito rin yung sagot mo dyan. 2187.5 favorable. Okay, letter C. So again, there's no such thing as fixed efficiency variance. So ganun ha. Number 9, what is the fixed overhead spending? 750 favorable, letter dog. And last one, what is the volume variance? 3875 unfavorable, letter D. Okay, nakita mo, 10 questions. Nasagot ng overhead formulas natin, which is, ayan, ito lang. Nasagot natin lahat ng overhead variances. Easy. Okay, sige. Isa pa nga class, gusto ko mabilis ha. Gusto ko memorize na yung formula natin. Let's go to problem number 6. Nasaan na ako? Problem 6. Ayan, sige. So problem 6 tayo. Marami din questions to, no? Pero same lang yung approach na gagawin natin. Sige nga. So number 6, overhead pa rin to. Ano yung una mong gagawin? Sige, sabayan mo ako mag-compute ha. Basahin muna natin, mabilis lang yung problem. Kaila Company uses a standard cost system for its production process. It applies overhead based on direct labor hours. The following information is available. Meron kang standard, meron kang actual. Okay? And then, ayan, 10 questions about overhead. Ano una mo gagawin? Sulat mo na yung formula, actual. Bash. Standard. Okay, lagay ko ng variable dito and maglalagay ako ng fixed. First step, puro actual muna. Actual variable rate times actual hours plus actual fixed rate times actual hours. Okay, walang problema. Next step, lahat ng standard. Standard variable rate times standard hours plus standard fixed rate times standard hours. Step 3, budgeted fixed cost plus budgeted fixed cost plus budgeted fixed cost. Okay? Step 4, copy times actual hours times standard hours. Last step, lagay ko lang yung standard variable rate. Okay? So, tingnan natin. Lagyan natin yung amounts. Doon muna tayo sa actual. Naka-given na yan. Punta nga tayo doon sa actual. Nakalagay dyan. Actual variable overhead given na. 29,950. 29,950. Yung actual fixed overhead given na rin. 42,300. Let's compute. 29,950 plus 42,300. Yung first row natin, 72,250. Next, standard variable rate. Okay, dun sa second item, 2.5. So 2.5 times, ano yung actual hours? Sa baba, nakalagay 8,800. 8,800. What is our budgeted fixed cost? Dito klasa nakalagay yung third item, fixed overhead per hour. Ganito kasi na-compute yan eh. Yung 3 na yan, ang ginawa dyan class, multiply natin ha. 3 times 11,990. 3 times 11,990. Okay, 35,970. Iyan yung budgeted fixed cost mo. Okay, kasi ganito yan. Budgeted fixed cost over number of direct labor hours, nakuha mo yung 3. Alright? So kung 3 yan, yung direct labor hours mo, 11,990. Therefore, multiply mo yan, nakuha natin is 35,970. Iyan yung budgeted fixed cost mo. Okay, so lagay ko dito, 35,970. Alright, let's compute. 2.5 times 8,800 plus 35,970, you get 57,970. Next. Okay, ito same lang. Okay, yung SVR natin is 2.5. Ano yung standard hours natin? Compute natin dito. Sabi dyan class, doon sa actual units produced, nakita mo yung 4,400? Okay, 4,400. And then yung first na given, direct labor hours per unit is 2.2. So ang standard hours mo, 4 times 2.2. 4 times 2.2, you get 9,680. 9,680. And then budgeted fixed cost still 35,970. Let's compute. 2.5 times 9,680 plus 35,970, you get 60,170 for the third row. Last row na tayo. Okay, ito magkamukha lang, tama? So 2.5 times 9,680 plus, ano yung standard fixed rate nating class? Nandun siya sa third item, yung 3. 3 times, alam mo na yung standard hours mo, na-compute na natin kanina, 9,680. Okay, so compute natin class yung fourth row. 2.5 times 9,680. Add natin yung 3 times 9,680, you get 53,240. Okay. After that, compare na lang natin. So yung first and second, 72,250 minus 57,970, you get 14,280. This is unfavorable. 57,970 minus 60,170, 2,200. This is favorable. Okay, 60,170 minus 53,240, 6,930. Mas mataas, so ibig sabihin, unfavorable. Okay, compute natin yung variable spending. 2.5 times 8,800, 22,000. So 29,950 minus 22,000, 7,950. 7,950, unfavorable, yun yung variable spending natin. Yung fixed spending naman, 42,300 minus 35,970, you get 6,330. This is unfavorable. Okay? Doon naman tayo sa controllable, 72,250. First row and third row, 60,170, you get 12,080. Okay? So 12,080. Ito yung controllable natin. So that is unfavorable. Yung uncontrollable, same lang as volume. So 6,930, unfavorable. Okay. Next natin, yung total, which is yung first and yung last row. 72,250 minus 53,240. You get 19,010. 19,010. Mas mataas yung 72, therefore, unfavorable. Okay. So, makakompute natin lahat. Nasagot natin lahat ng questions. Question 1, variable overhead spending. Ito. 7,950, unfavorable, letter A. Question number 2, variable overhead efficiency. Ang sabi ko kanina, variable overhead efficiency is just the efficiency kasi wala namang fixed efficiency. Therefore, answer natin is 2,200, favorable, letter C. Question number 3, what is the fixed overhead spending? 6330U, letter boy. What is the volume variance? 6,930, unfavorable, letter A. What is the spending variance? 14,280, unfavorable, letter D or dog. What is the efficiency variance? 2,200, favorable, letter boy. Volume variance, 6,930, unfavorable, letter C. Question number 8, what is the controllable variance? 12,080, U, letter dog. Question number 9, what is the non-controllable? 6,930, U, letter C. And what is the total variance? 19,010, U, letter A. Okay, so that's for overhead variance analysis. So, ganun lang. So, yun yung technique natin. Alright? Let's go to the last problem, problem number 7. For problem number 7, may different concept tayong aralin, no? Ang tawag dyan is mix and yield variances. Now, yung mix and yield, hindi yan usually lumalabas sa board exam, okay? Mas mag-focus kayo sa materials, labor, and overhead. Ito, mababa yung chance na lumabas yan. Usually hindi. Pero tuturo ko na rin just in case, alright? Pero again, mas important, materials, labor, and overhead. Alright? Sige. So, ano ba ibig sabihin ng mix and yield? Basahin natin yung problem para may idea kayo. Problem number 7. Betania Company manufactures a cleaning solvent. The company employs both skilled and unskilled workers. To produce 155-gallon drum of solvent requires materials A and B, as well as skilled labor and unskilled labor. So pag sinabing mix and yield, ibig sabihin niyang class, dalawang klaseng materials, dalawang klaseng labor. Okay? Yung mga sinagutan natin before, isang materials, isang labor lang yun. Kaya sinabing mix, dalawang materials, dalawang labor. Okay? So that's why class, yung mix and yield, applicable lang yan sa DM and BL. Hindi yan applicable sa overhead. Okay? Now, ganito lang gagawin natin yung class. Medyo i-modify lang natin yung formulas. Okay? Doon muna tayo sa materials. For DM, alam natin class, ang formula is actual price times actual quantity, standard price times actual quantity, and standard price times standard quantity. Alam natin yan. Alright? Medyo sasamahan lang natin ng konting, medyo i-revise natin ng konti. No? Samahan mo yan ng actual mix. Okay? So AQ, dagdagan mo ng AM, AQ, dagdagan ng AM, SQ, dagdagan mo ng standard mix or SM. Okay? So yan yung formula class sa materials and mix variance, materials mix and yield variances. Alright? So apply natin yan. Now, basahin natin class yung given ulit. So, from start, Betania Company manufactures a cleaning solvent. The company employs both skilled and unskilled workers to produce one 55-gallon drum of solvent. So, ang isang unit, 55 gallons. Tama? Requires materials A and B as well as skilled labor and unskilled labor. The standard and actual material labor information is presented below. So, materials muna tayo. Mamaya na yung labor. Material A, ito yung standard. Mapapansin mo dyan, class, si material A kailangan ng 30.25 gallons. Right? Si material B naman, kailangan ng 24.75. Class, add nga natin yung dalawa na yan. 30.25 plus 24.75. Nakuha niyo ba 55? Which is, yun siya. Okay? Kaya sinabing mix. Okay? Ang isang unit, dalawa yung composition niya. Dalawang materials, A and B. Mix sila. Okay? Wherein si A, 30.25. Si B naman, 24.75. Okay? Now, so tingnan natin class. Doon muna tayo sa actual price. Actual price dito, punta ka dun sa baba, nakalagay actual material A, 10,716 gallons at 1.5 per gallon. So 1.5, multiply natin by ilan yung material A? 10,716 and plus natin si B. Si B naman, 1.9 times ilan si material B? 17,484. Okay, so yun yung first row natin. 1.5 times 10,716, add natin class yung 1.9 times 17,484. You get 49,293.6. Okay, so yun yung first row natin. 49,293.6. So walang difference. So actual lang. Okay, nad lang natin yung actual. Now, dito naman tayo. Standard price. Ano yung standard price natin for material A? Nakita mo yung first na given, 1.25. So 1.25, actual quantity. Right? So ano yung actual quantity ni A? 10,716 times 10,716 plus si B naman, standard price ni B is 2 times 17,484. Okay, so add nga natin yung class. 1.25 times 10,716. Si B naman, 2 times 17,484. You should get 48,363. Okay, 48,363. Now, di ba class, alam natin na yung first and second na tawag materials price variance. So, di nakuha na natin yung materials price variance. Compute nyo natin. 49,293.6 minus 48,363, you get 930.6. Which is unfavorable. Kaya sagot natin class sa question number 1 is C, 931, unfavorable. Alright? Now, madali pa yan eh. Diba? Yung una, dito nagkakaroon ng complication. Pagdating sa mix and yield, yung third row. Kasi class, pwede mong i-breakdown yan. Okay? Pwede mong i-breakdown into 2 yan. Tingnan natin ha. Ito ha. I-breakdown natin yan. SP times AQ times SM. SP times SQ times SM. Okay. So, yun yung medyo kakaiba dito sa mix and yield. Again, hindi usually tinatanong sa board exam yan. Yung mga ganitong formula, yun yung tipong one day before boards, saka mo babalikan. Okay? Para fresh siya kinabukasan. Dito muna tayo sa standard kasi mas madali yan eh. Puro standard lang yan. Mamaya na to. Again, ito, yung third, breakdown natin into 2. Okay? So, ito muna. Yung last row muna tayo. Ano yung standard price? Sa material A, 1.25 times, ano yung standard quantity natin? Plus, ilan ba yung na-produce natin dito? Tingin ka dun sa pinaka-last na row. During the current month, the company manufactured 500 na 55 kilograms. Ito yung actual output mo, 500. Tama? Ang sabi ko, yung standard quantity based on actual output. So, ibig sabihin, times 500, times, ilan ba kailangan natin per output? Doon ka sa first natin na given. Si material A, 30.25 yung standard natin. Tama? So, yung standard quantity mo, 30.25. So, based on actual output. Ito yung standard quantity natin. Gets? Okay. So, si B naman. Si B, yung standard price na is 2 times yung standard quantity based on actual output, 500 times, based dun sa second na given, 24.75. Sige nga class, compute natin yan. 1.25 times 500 times 30.25. Add natin yung 2 times 500 times 24.75. You should get yung last row natin, 43,656. Okay, so 43,656. Ayan. Ito na, ito lang yung kakaiba dyan, no? Ito, madali lang kasi lahat standard eh. Ito lang yung kakaiba dyan, class. Kasi, i-consider natin yung standard mix. Ano yung standard mix? Ito, oh. Okay, yun yung standard mix. So, tignan mo muna yung gagawin ko. Ang gagawin ko dyan, class, doon mo tayo kay material A. Standard price, alam natin, 1.25. 1.25, and then i-consider ko ngayon to. Okay? Times, si material A, 30.25 over 55. Okay? So, parang weighted average ginawa ko dyan. Si material B naman, plus 2 times 24.75 over 55. Weighted average ko yung standard price nila. And then, i-multiply ko yan dun sa actual quantity. Ano yung actual quantity? Tingin ka dun sa middle portion. Tama ba si A? 10,716 yung na-produce. Tama? Pinurchase na material A. Si B naman, 17,484. Add nga natin yan. 10,716 plus 17,484, you get 28,200. Nakuha mo yung 22. Okay, so ito, yung dalawa na yan. Pag in-add mo yan, multiply mo sa 28,200. Okay, so yun yung third column natin. So yun nga, class. Okay, 1.25 times 30.25 divided by 55. Ito siya, nakuha natin dito yan. Nakuha mo yung 0.6875. Okay. Add natin dyan yung 2 times 24.75 divided by 55. Makukuha mo dyan 1.5875. So pag in-add mo dalawa na yan, 1.5875. Multiply natin sa 28,200, you should get 44768. Round up na natin. 44768. Ayun. Okay. So, ganito lang yung class. Okay na tayo sa materials price variance. So, sagutan natin yung question 1. Sa question 2, yung mixed variance naman, class, ang i-compare mo sa mixed, ito. Okay. Ito yung mixed. Ito naman yung yield. Right? So, yung second and third, yan yung mixed. So, tingnan natin. 48,363 minus 44,768, you get 3595 or 3596. 3595, which is mas mataas yung 48,000, unfavorable. Yan yung mixed variance natin. Kaya ang sagot sa question 2 is letter B, 3596 or 3595, unfavorable. Yung yield naman, ito naman siya. 44,768 minus 43,656, you get 1,112, unfavorable. Letter A tayo sa question 3. May 1 peso difference lang tayo, nag-round up ako. But basically, for question 2, boy yung sagot natin, 3595. Question 3, A yung sagot natin, 1112. Alright? So, anong nangyari dyan, class? O yan, may konting modification lang. From this, medyo pinahaba natin. Again, huwag mo masyadong dibdibin yan. Gusto ko lang maging familiar ka sa mix and yield, ha? O, last one na, class. Computation natin. Labor naman tayo. Lagyan natin ng ganyan para hindi magulo. Okay, sa labor, ganun din. Ang unang gagawin dyan, class, ano ba yung direct labor natin? Actual rate times actual hours. Standard rate times actual hours. Standard rate times standard hours. Alright? Tigdagan na natin ng mix. Lagyan mo ng actual mix, and standard mix. Okay. Plug in natin yung amounts. Doon muna tayo sa actual rate. Doon ka, class, sa dulo. Nakita mo dyan, skilled labor hours, 11.9 per hour. So, 11.9. 11.9 times, ilang hours? 1,950. Okay, plus 7.15 times 1,3. Yun yung actual na na-incur. So, add lang natin yan. 11.9 times 1,950. Add natin yung 7.15 times 1,3. Okay, you should get 32,500. Okay pa tayo, madali lang yan. Doon naman tayo sa second row. Standard rate. How much yung standard rate natin? Nandun sa third item. Okay, nakita mo yung 12? 12 times actual hours, yung 1,950 plus 7 times 1,300. Alright? So, sige, compute natin. 12 times 1,950 plus natin yung 7 times 1,300. You get 32,500. Actually, 32,500 yan, 32,500. Therefore, yung labor rate variance natin is 0. Okay? For question number 4, A yung sagot mo dyan, 0. Now, kanina, breakdown natin into 2. Ganun din gagawin natin dito, class, sa labor. Ha? So, i-breakdown natin siya into 2. Standard rate times actual hours times standard mix. And then standard rate times standard hours times standard mix. Unahin muna natin yung puro standard. Mas madali yan. Doon muna tayo sa last row. Ano yung standard sa labor? Nandun sa third item, 12 times. Sabi natin, yung standard hours based on actual output. Ilan yung na-produce? 500. 12 times 500 times dun sa third item, sabi dyan, 4 hours daw per skilled labor times 4. Doon naman tayo sa unskilled labor, yung fourth item, 7 times 500 times 2 hours daw per output. Ayan. So, add natin. 12 times 500 times 4. Add natin dyan, class, yung 7 times 500 times 2. You should get 31,000. O, isa na lang. Third row na lang. Okay, parang ganito. Nag-weighted average tayo. Okay? So, tingnan natin, class. Punta ka dun sa third and fourth item. Tama ba yung skilled? Kailangan daw ng 4 hours. Tama? Yung fourth item, yung unskilled daw, kailangan ng 2 hours. So, ibig sabihin, total natin is 6. Iyan yung gagawin natin yung ratio. Alright? So, ang gagawin ko dito, class, ano yung standard rate natin? 12. Tama? 12. So, skilled. Multiply ko, ipoprorate ko nga, or i-weighted average ko nga yan. 4 over 6 times 4 over 6. Okay? And then, doon naman tayo sa unskilled, 7 times 2 over 6. Yung sum niyan, i-multiply ko sa how much ba yung total labor hours. Sa baba, 1,950 para sa skilled, and then 1,300 naman para sa unskilled. Add natin yan, 1,950 plus 1,300, you get 3,250. Ayan. Multiply natin sa 3,250. O, compute mo natin yan, class, kung how much yan. 12 times 4 over 6 plus 7 times 2 over 6. Nakuha mo ba yung 10.3333? Nakuha mo yan? Ayan, set siya. Multiply mo sa 3,250 times 3,250, round up ko na lang, 33,583. Okay? 33,583. Ayan. So, ito yung labor mix, ito yung labor yield. Sige, 32,500 minus 33,583, you get 1,083. Favorable. 33,583 minus 31,000, you get 2,583. Unfavorable. So, sagot natin sa question number 5, what is the labor mix variance? 1,083, favorable, letter C. And what is the labor yield variance? 2,583, U, letter A, for question number 6. Okay? Take note, class, na yung, di ba, ito, materials price to, tama? So, yung sum ng materials mix and yield, yung sum niyan is just your materials usage variance. Kasi breakdown lang natin into 2 eh. Okay? Ganun din dito sa labor. Diba? Ito yung labor rate variance, yung first row and second row, tama? Ngayon, yung sum ng mix and yield, yun din yung labor efficiency variance. So, parang ginawa lang natin mas broad yung analysis natin. Okay? Pero basically, mix and yield, yun din yung materials usage, yun din yung labor efficiency. Okay? So that's for problem solving. Mabilis ang class. Tapusin natin yung theory questions. Theory 1, a company controls its production cost by comparing its actual monthly production with expected levels and is significant from expected or investigated. The quantitative technique that is most probably being used is yung topic natin. Letter D, standard cost variance analysis. Number 2, a primary purpose of using a standard cost system is, dalawa actually yan, no? Yung purpose natin to evaluate performance and to simplify costing. Asan dito yan? A, to make things easier for managers. B, to provide a distinct measure. Yes, yan yung evaluation, okay? Evaluating performance. So, boy yung sagot natin. Number 3, a purpose of standard costing is to simplify costing. Okay, letter boy din for number 3. So, ulitin ko, yung number 2 is boy, number 3 is boy. Number 4, standard cost may be used for product costing, yes. Planning, controlling, yes. All of the above. This is for number 4, dog. Number 5, the standard cost card contains quantities and costs for materials, labor, and overhead. Dog for number 5. Number 6, a company using very tight or high standards in a standard cost system should expect that, well, pag masyado ka strict sa standards, okay, yung standard cost mo, baka marami maging unfavorable na variances. Boy yung sagot dyan. Most variances will be unfavorable, okay? Number 7, the type of standard that is intended to present a challenging yet attainable results is, okay, so standards natin class, may dalawang levels yan. Dito ko nasusulat ha. Yung standard natin, 2 levels. Number 1 is the normal standards, and number 2 is the ideal, okay? Ngayon, yung normal standard class, iyan yung sa number 7, letter C. Iyan yung dinidescribe niya. Challenging yet attainable. Okay? Pag achievable naman, given yung current operations natin, normal standard yung tawag doon. Yung isang level naman, ang tawag is ideal. Sa ideal naman class, maximum efficiency yung kailangan natin. Okay? So maximum efficiency, ibig sabihin, walang machine breakdown, okay? Walang any interruptions. Yun yung ideal. Alright? Pero ang realistic, itong normal. Ito, perfect conditions yan, pag sabi ideal. Okay? So, sagot natin for number 7 is letter C, normal standard. Of the following variances, the one that is most useful in assessing the performance of the purchasing department. Doon tayo sa materials price variance. Kasi yun yung binibili, tama? Boy yung sagot dyan, materials purchase price variance. 9, materials usage are normally chargeable to letter A yan, production department. Siyempre, yung production, sila yung gumagamit ng materials. Okay? So, yung nagpo-produce. So, A yan, production department. Number 10, when a change in the manufacturing process reduces the number of direct labor hours, and standards are unchanged, the resulting variance will be, okay, so, kumonti daw yung hours na gagamitin natin. Well, based dito, pag konti yung actual hours mo, kaysa sa standard hours, mas maganda yan. Mas konti na konsumo na number of hours. So, dog yung sagot natin dyan. Favorable labor usage variance. Alright? So, dog for number 10. Number 11. Ito, maganda yung theory na to. The most probable reason a company would experience a favorable labor rate variance. Class, paano ba nagkakaroon ng favorable labor rate variance? Mas mura yung nabayad natin sa mga laborers natin. Okay? And unfavorable labor efficiency. Paano magiging unfavorable yung labor efficiency mo? Mas marami kang na-consume na hours kaysa sa dapat. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, mas mura yung binayad mo, pero mas marami kang na-consume na hours. Boy yung sagot natin. The mix of workers assigned to the particular job was heavily weighted toward the use of new, relatively low-paid, mas mababa yung nabayad natin, unskilled workers. Pag unskilled, well, mas marami sila makukonsume na hours. That's why boy for number 11. Okay? Number 12, which of the following would least likely cause an unfavorable quantity or usage variance? A yung sagot natin. Labor that possesses skills equal to those required by standards. Labor pinag-uusapan natin dyan, okay? Yung B naman, scheduling of substantial overtime. Well, kasi, so take note, ang tiyatawag dito is the usage, no? Pag overtime, well, dun sa overtime na yun, magkukonsume ka ng hours, right? And then, C, a mix of direct materials that does not conform to plan. So, mas marami kang magagamit na materials, no? Pag merong mga spoiled na materials. Materials do not meet specifications, yan. So, A yung sagot natin. Least likely yan. A. 13. The sum of the materials price variance calculated at point of purchase and the materials quantity variance equals. Okay, so na-erase ko na dito, pero yung materials nating class, naalala nyo, yung materials price variance pwedeng point of purchase and point of production. Tama? Ang sabi ko, yung materials usage, always point of production. Ang sabi dyan class, point of purchase daw plus materials quantity variance or materials usage variance. Hindi pwede yun. Okay? Kasi pag point of purchase, pwedeng iba yung sa used eh. Kaya ang sagot dito class is dog, no meaningful number. Ang merong meaningful number kapag yung MPV mo is based on production. And then yung MUV mo is also based on production. Production versus production. Hindi pwedeng based on purchase tapos i-add mo yung based on production. Walang ganun. Okay? So, kaya ano yan? Kaya dog yung sagot niyan. No meaningful number. 14. The sum of the materials mix and yield. Kakasabi ko lang. Mix and yield. Ito rin yung materials usage variance or materials quantity variance, boy. The sum of the labor mix and yield, yan din yung labor efficiency variance, letter A. Number 16, a variable overhead spending variance. Saan yun? Variable overhead, ito. Okay? Is caused by, tingnan natin. A, using more or fewer actual hours than the standard hours allowed for the production achieved. So, actual hours versus standard hours, mali. Kasi parehong actual hours ang ina-analyze mo dyan eh. Mali na yung A. Boy, paying a higher or lower average actual overhead price per unit than the standard. Yes, tama yan. Kasi ang comparison mo, actual versus variable rate. Okay, so tama yan. C, larger or smaller waste and shrinkage associated with the resources involved than expected. Actually, tama din yung C. No? Kasi class, pag mas mataas yung binabayad mo, okay, or mas mababa yung pag mas mababa yung binabayad mo, mas nag-i-incur ka ng mas maraming resources or hours. Kaya pwede mo rin sabihin na yung C, correct din yan. Okay? So, dog yung sagot natin. Dog yung sagot natin for number 16. Both B and C are causes. No? Number 17, a favorable fixed overhead spending. Nasaan yun? Ito. Indicates that pag favorable to, ibig sabihin, mas mababa ito compared to this one. Okay? Dog yung sagot natin. Actual overhead is less than the budgeted fixed overhead. Okay? So, dog. Pag mga theory about overhead, yan, mag-rely ka lang din sa formulas natin. Ha? 18, the variance least significant for purposes of controlling cost is uncontrollable. Ano ulit yung uncontrollable? Related sa volume, related sa fixed cost. Letter dog, fixed overhead volume variance. Ayan. The variance most useful in evaluating plant utilization. Explain ko kanina to. Ito yung ibig sabihin ko na pag mas nagpo-produce ka, mas okay. Alright? Volume variance yan. Letter D, fixed overhead volume variance. Alright? So ang explanation ko kanina dyan, pag mas na-utilize mo yung fixed cost mo, mas marami ka na po-produce, yung fixed cost per unit mo bumababa. Okay? Kaya nagiging favorable. Dog yan. And number 20, an unfavorable fixed overhead volume. Ito. Is most often caused by, doon tayo sa dog. Normal capacity exceeding actual production level. So for example, class, ang napoproduce mo lang, 10,000 units. No? Iyan yung capacity mo. No? So capacity natin is 10,000. And then, ang naging output mo, yung actual, 8,000 lang. Alright? 8,000 units. Yung kaya mo talaga i-produce, 10,000. Yan, 8,000 lang yung na-produce mo. Okay? Hindi mo nasulit yung fixed cost mo. Okay? So, kaya nakalagay dyan, an unfavorable fixed overhead volume, katulad ng explanation ko kanina, is most often caused by normal capacity, 10,000 units, exceeding actual production. Okay? 8,000. So, hindi mo nasusulit yung fixed cost mo. Magkakos yan ng unfavorable fixed overhead volume variance. Alright? So, that's it, class. That's the end of our discussion for standard costing and variance analysis.